There we go. Welcome in, playback. uh, Welcome into YouTube and Twitch. Welcome in. We are on the Open Gym on playback. We are here. The Atlanta Hawks are taking on the Sacramento Kings. Playback's big day, everybody. I don't know if everybody caught the Tony reality around the room with the other playback creators. It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool to see that. So we got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Sacramento Kings. So Kings find themselves kind of in a rut. So expect them to come out swinging tonight. Don't expect this to be an easy game for Atlanta. But Atlanta is back to somewhat full strength. Nikhil Alexander Walker is back in action tonight. He is back after back spasms. So Nikhil is back for Atlanta, so I'm sure the starting lineup will entail Nikhil, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, and Chris Stapps. So no Levine for Sacramento. I'm not sure if Sabonis is available for Sacramento, but I know there is a couple. I know there's a couple players out for Sacramento, but Atlanta has the late game tonight again. But they played 10:30 last game, so I guess that 30 minutes does save a little bit of time. So Atlanta looking to win their third in a row. They beat the Clippers, they beat the Lakers. They're slowly adding to their win streak. So Atlanta looking to push their total to 3 games tonight. So like I said, it's gonna be Nikhil, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, then Chris Stapps against our old buddy Dennis, paired with Russell and DeMar, Precious Achua, and DeMontis Sabonis. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are live. Oh, my sign turned off. Hold on. I can't have that happen, but welcome in, everybody. How's everybody's Wednesday going? It's Playback's big day, though. Playback's big day. So pretty exciting stuff here on an action-packed NBA slate. Excuse me. So if you're just tapping in, it's Nikhil, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, and Chris Stapps for Atlanta. Atlanta kind of pushing towards full strength. Obviously, no Trey Young anymore. For the meantime, he is out with a right MCL sprain, so he is going to be reevaluated in about 2.5 weeks, maybe. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. About to get underway. So obviously, for me, a couple players to keep an eye on: Zach, Jalen, and Dyson. As excuse me, as we have no Trey Young for a couple weeks. So Atlanta looking to weather the storm. They've done a good job so far, though. I believe they're 3-1 without Trey. I don't think that makes them a better team. I think it just means they're just a better overall team. I don't think they're a better team without Trey or anything. So hey, Chris Kristaps early on drills the 3-pointer, so stream kind of lagging. So hopefully that kind of will change. But nice to see Chris Kristaps knock down that early three for Atlanta as he gets going pretty early on. It's a bonus. Puts a little hook up, gets it to go. So Jalen finds Ricochet finds Porzingis for. I mean, it's a good three. It's a good attempt. As Ricochet finds Porzingis. Porzingis misses. Hawks defense calls a turnover. Jalen on the break. That's a bucket. Rusty couldn't stop Jalen. So good stuff by Atlanta. Playing good defense, getting to their offense. As Sabonis lines up a three, we'll take that. We'll take that. Excuse me. So early on here, good stuff from Atlanta defenses. Seems to be working at a good pace. Offense seems to be pretty good. Rotation gets it to Dyson, but Dyson can't quite hit that corner three. Good offense by Atlanta, finding a good open shot. Can't quite knock it down, but hey, stay aggressive. They replay Jalen getting to the rim. So I'm trying to get my Wi-Fi correct. Hopefully this stream picks up. But 5-2 as Ricochet blocks Russell Westbrook at the rim. Jalen running the break finds Ricochet in the corner. Can Ricochet knock it down? In and out. So Kristaps early on, the only one to knock down a three here so far. So couple couple missed attempts, but Sacramento gathers themselves and gets the ball to go in. Hey, Dyson, nice move. Nice move, Dyson, as he crosses over Sabonis. I thought y'all my stream is kinda slacking here. So Sacramento gets another bucket from Dennis Schroeder. What happened? You got a turnover? So DeMar can't get it to go, but Jalen cannot corral the rebound, so it's gonna be Sacramento ball here early on. It's 7-6 Atlanta. In and out for Sacramento. Nikhil lines it up, knocks it down. 10-6 for Atlanta. Nice look for Nikhil off the break. So Nikhil's coming back off of, I believe it was back spasms. It might have been a travel dog. What was that? So Kristaps and Jalen caused a turnover from Sabonis. Corner three from Nikhil. Can't get it to go, but the Kings can't corral the rebound. So Atlanta ball. So Ricochet got it. 10-6 Atlanta ball. Nikhil. Good to have Nikhil back as he picks up the foul and one. As Nikhil adds to his point total, he got 5 points early on. Kristaps picks up the assist. So good stuff from Atlanta as, like I said, kind of missed Nikhil out there with the guys as he was out with back spasms, but he looks like he ain't missed a beat. So his comeback game off to a pretty good start as Atlanta holds on to a 7-point lead early on in the first. So good stuff from Atlanta. These past couple of games, they've kind of come out and fallen flat. So it's good to see if you're a Hawks fan that they come out in rhythm, aggressive, and looking for their shots. Not just aggressive on offense, their defense seems to be asserting the force. Good stuff. Hey, good stuff, Ricochet. As Ricochet takes care of the mouse in the house with Dennis Schroeder guarding him, our old buddy Dennis Schroeder. Dennis and Rusty are playing again. They're teammates again. They used to be teammates on when Dennis got traded to OKC. as Kristaps tries to throw it off DeMar, but it doesn't work, but anyway, still got the ball from it. Jalen lines up a 3. 18-8 early on. Hawks up big time. Let's go. Like I said, man, Hawks haven't been a team to start strong out the gate, so it's positive to see Jalen knock down this triple, push it to a 10-point lead early on. Hawks are holding on to their biggest lead of the evening so far. So early on, Hawks offense seems to be clicking because their defense seems to be rolling. So good stuff from Atlanta. Good stuff. Great stuff, honestly. So as we kind of do a little box score watching these first like 5 minutes of the game, for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever you want to call it, however you want to round up, round down, whatever it is. Ricochet off to a decent start. I mean, it's early on, so everybody doing good though. Everybody has attempted at least 2 shots. Um, and they've made one. So great stuff. Jalen is perfect, 2 of 2, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So off to a Jalen game already. He got one steal too. So he's done a really good job so far this season, kind of maintaining that. He was able to before he got hurt. His numbers were pretty similar. He was averaging 15, 10, 5, and a block and a steal apiece. So good stuff from Jalen early on here. So Atlanta versus Sacramento, 18-8. So Atlanta's still missing Trey Young, but they do have Nikhil back in the rotation. So good to see with Nikhil, 2 of 4, 1 of 3 from 3. So hasn't missed a beat, 6 points. It's pretty much just that. 6 points, one rebound. So still early. But great to have Nikhil back. Atlanta definitely did miss that kind of having another shot maker, playmaker, or secondary playmaker is clutch. So especially with the absence of Trey. So Trey's still gonna be out for another 2.5 weeks, or I guess reevaluated in about 2.5 weeks. But he's been posting, rehab videos. He was allowed to rehab, pretty quick after the injury happened initially. So, hold on. That like got a mind of its own sometimes. So 18-8 here early on, 7 minutes and 37 seconds to go. So Sacramento timeout. So they'll have the ball coming out of here. This dead ball. Excuse me. So like I said, man, Hawks defense is hasn't missed a beat. So good to see. Like I said, Atlanta has have some slow starts, which have put them, behind the 8 ball. Some games they figured out. Some games, they can't quite um, figure things out. So hopefully, the Hawks can hold on to this growing lead, it seems, as Sacramento is kind of a struggling team. They haven't quite figured things out. If you saw their record on the graphic there, they're 3-8, so they're kind of in a rut as we got a foul here. Looks to be an offensive foul. You can't do that, sir. I don't even know what the foul call is, but yeah, they're talking about Doug Christie on the broadcast. So he is the newer coach. Is a second year for Sacramento, so sure they'll get their things together. They have a lot of good players. Hey, 3 ball, my stream kinda lagged, my fault, as Ricochet knocks down that 28-footer. Let's go. Let's go, Ricochet. Hey, turnover. Don't quite know who, did Ricochet poke the ball or something? As the first sub for Atlanta is on Onyeka Okongwu coming in for Kristaps Porzingis. It's 21-8 Atlanta's way, so Ricochet is guarding, Westbrook. They got Dyson on DeMar, which is, expected. No Levine, so I would guess that if Levine was out here, Dyson would be matched up with Zach, or I think Nikhil might have been on Zach. Hey, Nikhil, what a pass to Onyeka, 23 to 10. As Russell drives in. Kings can't find it to go. Kings are missing their best perimeter shooter in Keegan Murray too, so that definitely is going to affect their shooting. Jalen finds Nikhil, but we got a foul. Goaltending. Yep, goaltending. It's a good pass by Jalen finding cutting Nikhil Alexander Walker. Hey, that was tough. My fault, guy. I just seen it. Atlanta picked up a foul here. So bonus is probably going to go to the line. That is, I think it's first attempts. 25-10 here for Atlanta. All right, man. So Sabonis knocks down the first of two. So Atlanta looking to push this win streak as they replay this Nikhil Alexander pass to Onyeka. That was a really nice dish, man. So Atlanta looking to push this win streak to three. So we can maybe start calling it a win streak these next couple wins. So they're on the second of four on the road on the West Coast here. So Jalen finds Dyson. Dyson finds the middle of the paint, but can't get that little push shot to go. 25-12 here. Rusty for three. Nah. Glad Rusty found a home though. Jalen, QB1, finds Dyson. Can't get it to go. Smoke the layup, dog. That's tough. Ooh, that was a good layup. Good layup there from Neat Clifford, rookie for Sacramento. Yeah, that's a charge. Mm, he probably didn't lower his shoulder. That probably would have been a good move. So 25-14. Hawks aren't really commanding the game terribly too much right now. Just a couple easy misses. Can't really do nothing about that. I mean, you can make the shots, but I mean, what are you gonna do? So Hawks, oh, challenging here early on, a first quarter challenge. Okay, interesting, interesting. So early on, we have a challenge by Atlanta because Jalen Johnson picked up a offensive foul. So Atlanta doesn't agree with it, so they're gonna challenge that. So while we take a break in the action, we'll do a little box score watching as we have a couple players here in. Luke Kennard made his quick little entrance in the game before they called that foul, but Dyson, he's had a couple games over this stretch where he has produced offensively and kind of shut those doubters up. But this game kind of off to a shaky start, one of four, so still early on. So would you like to see him attacking the rim and at least attempting threes? Hasn't hit one, but he's attempting it. Can't be mad at that, so gotta let him fly, so good stuff from Ricochet. He got 5 points and a block. Jalen, 5 points still, but, 3 assists and 5 rebounds is something he's kinda improved at as Hawks aren't the greatest defensive rebounding team with, Porzingis in. I mean, granted, you kind of expect him to be the leader as the tallest player out there, but you gotta remember he isn't the strongest per se. He probably isn't like the heaviest out there, so he probably gets kind of thrown around down there in the paint. So Kristaps not the strongest rebounder. I mean, it's nothing to really hold against him. You would kind of hope he would get more rebounds, but I think his offensive production kind of makes up for it for sure. So it's nice to see Jalen kind of make more of an effort there on the rebounding end. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, like I said before, it's kinda gonna have to be a team thing for Atlanta's, here throughout the year as, they aren't the same team they used to be to just to let just Clint kinda eat up all the boards and to figure it out from there. So, Atlanta's gonna have to figure it out as, the challenge result is back in. So, it seems like the call for the offensive foul will stand. Did off a lip reading, I didn't even have the broadcast turned up, so they're saying Nick Clifford got in a defensive position there, so I don't know. I don't know, chief. I don't know, man. So we got 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's an 11-point game. Nick Clifford is oh my goodness, no way. What luck. So Parks deflected the pass, but the pass got tipped right back to Sabonis. Dyson smoked another one. Heavily contested, but still, I'd like to see that kind of going for Atlanta as Vit Krejci has checked in the game and he kind of immediately draws a foul as Devin Carter picks up the foul. Dyson finds Kennard for three. Good stuff from Atlanta's offense, kind of find a good look there. So 28-16, 3:57 to go. So Atlanta's three ball is falling. Kind of, I know the last game it wasn't quite falling until the end or until V Krejci was entered the game. So Keon Ellis knocks down a three of his own there to answer back. So Onyeka drives and we got a foul. We got a foul. Let's see if the Kings waste their first quarter challenge here. So seems to be nobody believes. So they ain't gonna challenge. They ain't gonna challenge. So 28-19 as Onyeka goes to the line for his first two of the game and knocks it down. So ball don't lie. Pushes the lead to 10 as Keaton Wallace makes his first appearance into the game. 10-point game, man. 10-point game. Atlanta's kind of pushed back on Sacramento's attempts to even it up. So holding on to a 10-point lead. They jumped out to a 10-point lead pretty early, first like 5 minutes of the game. They've kind of offense kind of went cold, but they seem to have found the rhythm again. So it's kind of been a early storyline for Atlanta. Offense has definitely found its struggles, especially with the absence of Trey. Definitely hasn't been easier for Atlanta, but when their offense gets clicking, it's pretty good. And you know, statistically, Atlanta has had a pretty good half court offense this year as Mo finds Luke for the corner three, just can't get it to go. So as the lineup is Keaton, Luke, V, Onyeka, and Moge. So Moge making his first appearance of the game. Moge is gonna be a familiar name if you follow the Hawks, so definitely would encourage you to get familiar with Moge, number 18. You pair it out there with Onyeka in Atlanta's front court. So these lineups of kind of three guards and two bigs kind of doesn't worry me, but it's just definitely not my favorite. Cause this angle isn't my favorite either. 'Cause Mo gets a shot up, can't get it to go though. It's a little too strong there as Mo Gay puts up his first shot of the evening. And Dennis Schroeder finds the lane, dishes to Keon Ellis, who is posted up in the corner. He knocks down the corner three. So Keon Ellis with 6 quick ones right here. But yeah, rotations have been a big talking point for Atlanta fans as well as Atlanta's offense gets a swing to the open man for a three. Luke Kennard knocks down his second three of the game, pushes his total to 6 early on. Veet picks up his first assist. Nice little ball movement for Atlanta there. Devin Carter pushes Veet out the way, and I think that foul was a defensive foul. Crazy work. So Veet picks up a foul as I think Devin Carter is gonna get to the line. Nope, on the floor. So 8-point game for Atlanta. As Atlanta gets a turnover, Kennard picks it up, finds Veet. Veet had a phenomenal game. Nice little lay there. Veet Krejci continues his little hot streak as he picks up his first basket of the game. Yeah, Veet went crazy, man. That was definitely the Veet Krejci game against the Clippers there on the other night. On Monday, Veet had his career high 28 points, 8 for 10 from 3, so he kinda went crazy. Saved Atlanta, honestly, single-handedly. Um, as Mo gets it into Onyeka, and Onyeka takes care of the mouse in the house. Don't know what they call, maybe like I don't know what they call. It's a little stoppage here, but yeah, man. If you follow Atlanta, definitely make yourself familiar with Mo Gay. Mo Gay is definitely gonna be making impacts, throughout the year for Atlanta. Obviously, Atlanta's front court is kind of jammed, so they have Kristaps, Jalen, and Onyeka. So Mo Gay is kind of fighting for minutes there. As Neat Clifford gets up and gets it to go for Sacramento right over Moge. Oh my god, that's an offensive foul. So Onyeka picks up another foul, an offensive foul as he's fighting for position against somebody. So, but yeah, man, Moge is gonna be a big impact. A lot of young guys for Atlanta are gonna have to, they're gonna get the opportunity to step up. So hopefully they do so. They take advantage of their opportunities as Dennis Schroeder drills a three over Keaton Wallace. Keaton is another young guy getting some PT in the absence of Trey. All right, man, come on. As Luke gets it to Porzingis, mouse in the house. Come on. Oh my goodness. What is that, number 3? A third offensive foul called on Atlanta here in the past couple minutes. So 37-32 as Atlanta kind of holds on to this lead, but it's slowly starting to slip away as Atlanta struggles to get an offensive possession to not end in a offensive foul. So unforced turnovers here are a story at the end of the first. Where else? Probably Atlanta would have probably look different for Atlanta. I can't lie. So Jalen checking in for Porzingis. Got 4 seconds. Devin Carter pushing the pace. bucket, 0.2 of a second. Russell gets the layup to go. Well, as Sacramento kinda answers back there, that's tough. That is tough, can't lie. So, like I said, man, Atlanta was holding on to a pretty commanding lead, about 10 points. That was their largest lead of the first quarter, but Sacramento's done a good job to chip away, and now it's just a three-point game, 37-34, as Atlanta is trying to find somebody to kinda steer the boat during these little comeback storms. So as Atlanta, early on, the usual rotation of guys have made a way into the game, but some starters have kind of found themselves back in the game. So Jalen is back. Well, Kristaps, he was back, but picked up a silly offensive foul, and Jalen came and got him. So yeah, not too much production from the bench. V and Kennard um, and Onyeka have been the only three to score. I mean, it's 3 out of 5, so Onyeka has 6. He's leading the way for the bench, tied with Luke with 6. Luke has 2 early threes. Onyeka, 2 nice, layup opportunities with a foul drawn. So Moge hasn't scored, but he has impacted the game already, so good stuff from Mo. Keaton, we'll see. It's still an early game for Keaton, so hopefully he can kinda turn it around. Not turn it around, but, make an impact. Make an impact. That's what I was trying to say. He's not having a terrible game. He just got in, so Nikhil, 3 of 5, 8 points, so good to see Nikhil back active, 2 assists, 2 boards. So, like I said, he has been out the past couple games with, back spasms, so good to have Nikhil back, midway through this road trip as Atlanta is without Trey Young for the next couple weeks, so he will be reevaluated with that right knee sprain or right MCL sprain, I should say. So no Trey Young, but Hawks are doing a pretty good job at weathering the storm without their leader. So shout out to the Hawks for doing their thing. And Sacramento is a struggling team, so I would expect them to probably fight a little bit harder this game. So kinda said at the start that, I don't expect this one to be an easy one, just because their record doesn't reflect their talent does not mean they don't have, talent on the squad, so can't not take them for real as Keaton finds Kennard finds Porzingis finds Veet for 3! There we go, Veet. Veet back to it. 5 points from Veet. So, like I said, Veet set his career high the other night in threes, made, attempted, and, I don't know if attempted, but threes made and points scored. So 28 points, that's an illegal screen if I ever seen one. Mo getting the steal. That's a block. Yes, sir. Good stuff, Mark Davis. As Neat Clifford tries to make that extra effort play, but doesn't succeed. And Keaton picks up the offensive foul, or excuse me, defensive foul. Good stuff by Keaton. Keaton is the younger brother of Kaysen on OKC, so kind of family of poopers over there. No, that's short as Porzingis gets it up, but can't get it to go. Excuse me. As Kennard guards Neat Clifford, got Krejci on Schroeder. Mm. Moge with the board. Surprised they didn't call a loose ball foul. Porzingis can't find the rhythm. So Porzingis hasn't been like too consistent of a 3-point shooter for the Atlanta. Yet he hasn't quite found his rhythm consistently. So hopefully that'll change. That'll turn the corner as Devin Carter launches and hits a 26 footer? Okay. 3-point game. Porzingis finds Kennard in the corner. Kennard cannot hit, boy. So Atlanta's offense going through a dry spell. On the line, man. This Hawks defense kind of is a little smothering there as Devin Carter turns the ball over there. So shout out to Mo Gay for pressuring, getting that double team, kind of forcing that turnover there. Mo Gay may have not scored yet, but has definitely impacted the game as V Krejci sits. Might question that because he seems to be the only offense for Atlanta here early on. Again, as Kennard kind of loses his dribble, turns the ball over, trying to pass out to Dyson. So Kings swinging around. Devin Carter can't get it to go. Porzingis with the board. Gets it to Dyson. I mean, good footwork by Porzingis to not travel. Can't get the shot to fall though. So it's still 40-37. It's a 3-point lead for Atlanta as Russell controls the offense for Sacramento. He's guarded by Dyson. Kennard is guarding Keon. Keon misses that three, but Kings do a good job at getting to the long rebound. Another long rebound goes to Sacramento. DeMar gets it, does a good job at attacking the rim, but just can't get it to go. As Atlanta corrals that third opportunity for Sacramento, we got a foul on Devin Carter trying to jockey for position against Porzingis. So good thing Atlanta didn't get a offensive foul there, as kind of has been a theme for Atlanta lately. Kind of, I guess, are over assertive, getting position down there as, it's kinda Hawks have kinda had foul trouble early on, not too much since, oh, another Hawks old friend, Daquan Plowden is playing, for Sacramento, um, not last year, but I think the year before last, he, got a contract from Atlanta, so good to see another familiar face. As Keaton gets that runner to go against Keon Ellis. Nice little left-handed runner for his first bucket. So, pushes that lead to 5. So, Jalen is now guarding Rusty. He enters the game. Dyson is in. Kristaps takes a break. Another long rebound, man. So, Kings have been missing from 3, but Hawks have not quite found the, rebounds, unfortunately, as Dyson gets that steal. There we go. Dyson pushes that consecutive game to what, 64? Jalen finds the kill in the corner. The kill can't quite get it to go. Good rotations. Oh, missed time to jump. So Nikhil mistimed the jump, and they're gonna say it's Atlanta ball. I don't know, man. Just give it to Atlanta. That's all I gotta say. So jump ball. So Ricochet entering the game for Keaton Wallace. So it's Ricochet, Dyson, Nikhil, Jalen, and Onyeka in for Atlanta as Sacramento wins the tip, and they're quick to get back. Kickball, kickball. So it's gonna be a side out for Sacramento. So Atlanta doing a pretty decent job on defense. Offense has kind of gone ghost during this early some of these periods in the first half. So which is kinda been typical over this period without, good stuff, good rotation by Ricochet as he, helps out, Easy Bucket there, kinda makes it tough for Sabonis, and Sabonis misses. Onyeka for 3! Let's go, Onyeka, as Onyeka showcases his range. Like I said, on, Atlanta's offense, yeah, that foul was offensive, Sabonis. Atlanta's offense has definitely found dry spells without Trey, so I don't know how you watch these games and say Atlanta is better without Trey. They might be better in some aspects, but overall, having a generational talent on your team is gonna make you better, so I'm not really listening to that crowd as Dyson finds. Ooh, let's go, Jalen. As Dyson found Nikhil found Dyson for the jam. There we go. As Jalen records his 7th point, pushes the lead back to 10. So this is 7 point with some authority as Daquan gets his shot up, can't get it to go. Dyson does a good job at helping the center out. Oh my God, what a great pass by Jalen. Yeah, that was offensive, dog. You just trucked him. As you like to see Nikhil kind of plead his case for Ricochet there. That was great stuff. That was a great jam. Should have been an and one low key. So Jalen from the Nikhil pass. But like I said, it's good stuff to see Nikhil kind of stick up for Zach there on the offensive foul call. Zach still, year number 2, obviously, it's a grown man's leagues, but I mean, he's what, 20 something? Nikhil is what, 5 years in, 6 years into the league. So good to see somebody kind of stick up for Zach, kind of plead his case with him. Don't leave him out there on the island. So it's good to see team chemistry out there on the A plus. So great to have Nikhil back as he's missed these past couple games with back spasms. So he's come back and made an impact instantly. So 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 1 of 3 from three. He's gotten to the line from an and one opportunity, which was a pretty nice fade. So like to see that he's already contributed on offense with 4 assists, and chipped in on the boards with 2 boards. So good to see that. They took a rebound away from Jalen, so he's sitting at 4 rebounds now. So he's got 7 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. So good stuff from Jalen here early on. Um, Zach having a good one, although he just did get called for a personal foul there. So 5 points, 2 of 3 from the field. So good stuff from Ricochet. Cannot be mad at it. Onyeka holding it down. I'm gonna just say this: Onyeka might be Atlanta's best center, and that's no dig at Porzingis, but I don't know, man. He fits the system. In my opinion, he fits the system pretty well. I'm not saying Porzingis doesn't. He just is a new look, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. That can help when it gets later on in the season, and if Atlanta finds themselves in the postseason. I think having those different looks with Porzingis and Onyeka will benefit the Hawks. I don't think it's going to be a detriment. I don't think it'll be their downfall. Um, I know one thing that does kind of suck having that heavy front court is that development for the younger guys is kind of going to get stalled. I think um, the young guys, meaning like Mo, um, even like Ricochet to an extent, um, and Asa Newell for sure, but I think these problems would be definitely preferable to have as Ricochet kinda got lost on the pick there. He was going to Lamar pretty well before that, so 47-39 as Sacramento gets a bucket out of that timeout. Ricochet from Jalen gets it to go. So positive stuff from Ricochet gets his 7 point to go. As Nikhil guarded Russie. I mean, that's a bucket from Russ as he gets that little fade. Two goes, 6 points from Russ. Ricochet kind of jockeys for it. Hey, for three! Jalen finds the net. 10 points for Jalen. I believe that was a Dyson assist there. Travel. Travel. That's too many steps. That's too many steps. Sabonis, 52-41. So Atlanta is holding on to their largest lead of the game as Dyson steps into the passing lane, kind of cuts off Sabonis's vision as you see Dyson at the top of that list, and Jalen is he's on his way with 12 consecutive games with a steal. Good stuff as Jalen finds Onyeka, and Onyeka draws the foul. So Russ is pleading, saying, "He hooked my arm, dog. He had my arm hooked, bro. That's him. That's him, bro. It's all night." So good stuff from Jalen to Onyeka. That team chemistry boost, bro. Those two kind of have gelled for a while here. As Quinn and Keaton are talking over game plan over there on the Hawks bench. So Onyeka is at the line for his third and fourth opportunity. He misses his third opportunity at the line. So hopefully looking to make it one or two. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad. One or two. But yes, 52-51. Appreciate everybody tapping here, tapping in here to the open gym as Atlanta pushes that lead to 12. So Russ against Ricochet. Definitely pay attention to Ricochet as he gets a steal, dog. What you talking about? Let's go, Atlanta. Let's go. And one. That should be an and one as Jalen gets a fillet to go. So Jalen finds the rim on the break, pushes the lead to 14 for Atlanta. Another Ricochet deflection. They're gonna rule out a kickball, but Ricochet has been all over the place on that help side defense. So Ricochet impacting the game, not just scoring, but gets the steal from Russie. And Dyson pushes the break and finds cutting Jalen Johnson as another one. Let's go, big dog. Let's go. Let's go as the Hawks push their lead to 16, the largest lead of the evening. If you're a Hawks fan, it's a lot of good stuff happening, man, as Dyson gets another steal, finds Jalen for the jam, as DeMar makes a business decision and gets out the way. Good stuff from Atlanta as we find ourselves at another timeout, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Atlanta's defense, like I'm gonna keep saying this, man. Their defense is gonna be a big part of their offense. Mhm. Big part of their offense. Because if Atlanta is showcasing this lineup of Nikhil, Dyson, Jalen, Ricochet, Onyeka, um, that lineup is going to be stifling, bro. Your guards are no shorter than what, 6'4"? Your front court is no smaller than 6'9". So that's a really good, everybody's active on that in that rotation. So that's good stuff if you're an Atlanta fan. And it's really positive to see because that's the lineup that's probably going to be showcased a lot, like trying to close out games. Maybe sub out Nikhil for Trey sometimes, or Nikhil for Dyson. I mean Trey for Dyson when he is back and healthy. So it's really positive when you plug in Trey to some of these lineups. Man, bro, the possibilities are endless, bro. Like anybody can have a 30 ball at any point when Trey is back, especially the way Trey can pass open his teammates. I think the game he has 17 assists. He had I think potential assist number of 26. So Games where his teammates are hitting shots, which I assume are gonna be it's kinda, middle of the season, kinda towards the end where everybody starts, heating up. Man, you plug in Trey to this lineup, bro, he's gonna average at least 12 assists. So, hopefully Trey can come back and kinda meet that, all NBA requirement of what, 60 to 65 games. So, as we get a replay of Jalen's, nice start here, he's got, what, 14 points early on. So, good stuff to see from Dyson. I mean, excuse me, I'm getting these light skins confused, bro. But Jalen, good start from Jalen as he has 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. I could say that because I'm light skinned. Don't get it twisted though. So most points in the paint. Uh I don't know if that was in the paint, but I couldn't catch that graphic. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So 57-41 here, 4 minutes to go in the first half. Atlanta has done a good job at controlling the game, man. 16 points is the biggest lead of the night. I don't think I don't think Sacramento has led at all at any point in the game. So maybe to begin the game, but that was early on as Jalen almost gets a steal. He's guarding Neat Clifford. Yo, welcome to the NBA moment, young fella. And he airballs that right to Porzingis, and they're literally gonna call a foul. Bruh, he airballed the shot, dog. Oh, no way. No way. They called a foul on the shot. Oh my god, bro. What a late call. That's disgusting work. So 57-41 as we're going to the line now, I guess. Doesn't make too much sense. But Neat Clifford knocks down the first of two, puts it at a 15-point game. So I don't know about that, ref. I don't know about that one. Maybe I think your earpiece was a little too much in your ear. You might need to unclog your ears. So Nikhil bringing the ball up for Atlanta. It's a good thing with Atlanta right now. They have multiple, I would say, secondary ball handlers. Nobody's really the primary guy at the moment. Nobody really, can be the primary guys. Atlanta's offense kind of struggling. Dyson cutting through. Just can't get it to go, but I mean he's done a good job at getting to his shots as Devin Carter bricks that, but another long rebound for Sacramento. But Atlanta doing a good job at containing that one. Jalen Johnson just attacking the rim with ease, 59 to 43. He's calling for them fouls. So 59-43, you like to see Jalen kind of maybe get to the line a couple more times as he puts home his 16th point with that little transition bucket. But Kings cannot stop him. They don't have an answer on the break for Jalen. As Neek gets that nice little fake, but can't do nothing with it. Can't finish the clip as Ricochet finds Nikhil on the break. Nikhil, oh my God, what a what a move as Nikhil puts in his 10th point. Nikhil is having a career year scoring wise. As he's increased his points per game this year. So Hawks defense doing a good job, man. Kings without a field goal in the past 3 minutes. Porzingis gets it up, can't get it to go though. As Hawks were looking to push that lead to 20 for the first point in the night, but can't get it to go. Sitting at 18. So Keon Ellis, they went under the screens, man down. As Keon Ellis knocks down that three, his ninth point. Sabonis picks up. Oh, that's too easy, bro. That's too easy. As Jalen finds Ricochet on the nice play for Atlanta. That's just too easy, man. That action just easy work for Atlanta. As Schroeder gets the back door on Dyson, which is kind of weird. Dyson probably was going for that steal. And Dyson's guarding Devin Carter, doing a really good job staying down, not falling for those fakes. Yep. Shot clock violation. It took too long, baby. So Atlanta has a chance to push to 20, but it's sitting at 17 right now. a minute 39 left to go in the first half. So great stuff from Atlanta. Offense is clicking due to their defense kind of being, somewhat stifling. Sacramento is kind of just missing shots as well. So Sabonis misses the lay, smokes the lay, with Porzingis kind of tracking that down. Nikhil a little too ambitious with that pass to find Jalen. Doesn't get it to him. As like I said, Sacramento just kind of breaks this moment. Ooh, shit. Boy. Ooh, Jalen. Ooh, Jalen. Jalen about to Jalen about to set it off, man. He's looking for that highlight. He's looking for that highlight. 'Cause he took off Keon Ellis, saved that clip. As Jalen is having himself a game going to the line for his, what, 16th or what, 17th and 18th point, as he has 17, 5, and 4, I believe, maybe 5 and 5, 17, 5 and 5 now. So good stuff from Jalen Johnson here early on. 17, 4 and 5. 7 of 8 from the field. So great game from Jalen, honestly, doing a great job at finding his teammates when he is needed, especially scoring the ball. So Sacramento just does not have an answer for Jalen Johnson at the rim. They're getting fried down there. Sacramento is struggling, bro. It- I don't know what Sacramento's goal was. Man, they left Sabonis down there to struggle, bro. He is their only big. Yeah, Sacramento choosing to go small ball is a decision. They might have to blow it up, bro. As Rusty can't find the mark, can't quite find the mark. And we got a kickball on Keon Ellis as Nikhil was bringing the ball up. But yeah, man, those rumors about Sacramento blowing it up, I think those might have to be true. I think if you're a Kings fan, you might want them to be true, honestly. I don't know, bro. I don't know how they're doing it. Sabonis seems to be their only big man. So what's going on over there? Mm, I don't know, man. I'm a Hawks fan, so I stay out of other folks' business. So 65-46 as Dyson is attacking the Kings defense, finds the bailout in Ricochet. Got 7 seconds to attack, man. I gotta do something, man. Get out the way. 3 seconds, man. Too easy. Oh my god, they smoked it. Nikhil and Dyson just smoked that layup. Another kickball, bro. We playing basketball, dog. This is not soccer. This is like the fifth, sixth kickball that we've had tonight. We got to get it together, y'all. But Hawks are kind of blowing this 30-point lead themselves. They could be up 30, but they're just missing bunnies. So 22 seconds is what, almost 8 second, 6 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. As Schroeder finds the cutting Neat Clifford, but Neat Clifford found Porzingis defending. So Dennis pokes the ball away from Jalen. All right, man, let's make something happen in 5 seconds. We can push this to a 20-point lead. Yeah, Neat Clifford got blocked by Porzingis there. Oh, good stuff. See, they made something happen in 5.2 seconds. So point 0.8 seconds left in the first half for them. 65-46. Porzingis can push this game to a 20-point game. Excuse me, my fault. I hit the mic. So Porzingis, don't want to say he has struggled, but some guys he just missed a couple at the line, left some free points there. So knocks down the first of two. But over the season, Kristaps is averaging 17 on 43 from the field, 88% from the free throw line. Porzingis, they've kind of kept him on a minutes and game restriction, kind of dealing with injury or illness management, and hasn't really been injured over this season. Just been sick. He had the flu, I believe, flu-like symptoms early on. So he missed a couple games there. So pretty smooth sailing for Porzingis this year. So not too bad of a start for him. but he is on a minutes restriction as well. He seems to be capped out around 25, but which is no surprise. Atlanta has a fully capable, I say, starting center level player in Onyeka Okongwu that comes off the bench when Porzingis is healthy. So, hey man, it's not too much to complain about over here if you're a Hawks fan. You can nitpick if you want to, but I think we're having a pretty good time with the context of what's going on for Atlanta. No Trey Young with the right knee MCL sprain. So Hawks are weathering the storm without their leader. So doing a little box score watching here early on. Good stuff from the starting five as everybody has kind of contributed in their own way. Um, Zach and Jalen, um, 4 or 5 from Zach, 9 points. Um, Jalen having a typical Jalen Johnson game, I think we could say at this point. 18 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and a steal. So he has contributed greatly to Atlanta's efforts here early on. So Porzingis, not the greatest game offensively, shooting wise. 1 of 6, 1 of 4 from three, and 1 of 2 from the line. So hasn't quite found his rhythm from on the offensive end, but defensively, I think he's done pretty good. Um, Especially, 1 block, 3 boards, 2 assists. So impacted the game other than scoring, which is a positive. You don't want players to just kind of check out if they're not hitting shots. So good stuff from Porzingis there early on. Kind of want to, make sure he's kind of gelling with the squad and not, feeling left out or anything like that. So Dyson, not the greatest game offensively either from our guy Dyson. The Great Barrier Thief is not quite finding his the mark on his drives. But not too much of a concern. I think he might, find the rhythm here early on. So he's gonna. I think he'll turn it around. Marley was trying to make an appearance here in the open gym, so kind of got distracted. My bad, my bad. So here early on for Dyson, not the greatest shooting wise, but just doing Dyson things on the other end, in my opinion. He has come away with 2 steals. I think he's disrupted plays too, just, not just those 2 steals. I think he's been the cause of a lot of turnovers for Sacramento, some unforced turnovers per se, like travels. He's kinda clogged the passing lanes. People kinda throw the ball elsewhere when they catch an eye of Dyson lurking, so he's done a really good job, and Nikhil and Jalen have been the kind of bright spots offensively for Atlanta. Nikhil 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, so hasn't had the greatest shooting, but I think once Trey gets back and his volume kinda goes down, I think you'll see the impact of him kinda shooting a lot. I think that'll be, it's not gonna be a whole lot of, like, 2 for 8s, 2 for 3 for 9s. It'll be a whole lot of, like, 2 for 4s, 3 or 5s, 3 or 7 maybe. So it's gonna, expect the volume to come down, but I expect his efficiency to go up when Trey is back because Trey just finds everybody, gets everybody in their in the spots where they like to shoot. So definitely see this time impacting Nikhil in a positive way. He is, bought into Quinn's system early on. Quinn has notoriously been a guy to just tell players to shoot the ball and just get the shot up. And Nikhil has definitely listened. So it's good to see guys kind of buy into the system and kind of lead by example. So, and another, along with the new addition, Luke Kennard, kind of doing the same thing. Over this course without Trey, um, he kind of is trying to find his way as playmaker slash shooter. So he's doing well. So 2 of 4 from three. Hawks fans are gonna be pleased to see that. I think a big talking point for Hawks fans over this early 2025 season is they want to see Luke Kennard shoot the ball more. So all four of his field goal attempts have been from beyond the arc. So good stuff from Luke. 6 points. He's been a bright spot. I wouldn't say it's too bright, but he's been, he's been good so far early on. 9 minutes. So he's got a steal too. So steal and an assist. So not too many people expect Luke to be locking up. So locked up Luke out there. That's what happens when you play with Dyson and Nikhil, Mo Gay. Those guys definitely make your job easier on defense. So um, you definitely see the impact of just having impact players all over your rotation. So Mo yet to score, but I think he's impacted the game pretty well. He has a steal, an assist, and a rebound. So all pretty low stats, but I think his effort is what kind of gets him into the game too. His ability to just kind of be everywhere definitely is a positive impact for Atlanta, in my opinion. So good stuff from Mo, although he hasn't quite hit the scoring part of the stat sheet yet, but you can impact the game without scoring. So good stuff from Mo, just being an impact wherever he can be on the floor. V doing V things. He has picked up where he left off. He's 2 of 2, 1 3 and 1 2 point. He had a pretty nice lay. So 5 points from V. He has an assist early on. Him and Moge are the lowest um, on the minute total for the bench, sitting at 7 minutes apiece. V 709, Mo closer to 8, but still not too much burn for either one of those guys. And then Luke is just ahead of them at 9 minutes, and Keaton is sitting at 15 minutes. He is outplayed on Yeka on the bench per se. He's leading the bench with 15 minutes. So interesting, interesting, interesting. So keep an eye on that. Rotations have been a big thing for Atlanta, discourse wise. I know a lot of fans are excited to see the younger guys kind of take over. Bro, no, the clown, bro. Ain't nobody try to see them highlights, bro. But yeah, they want to see the young guys kind of have an impact on the year, kind of take over. As Clint Capella departed over the offseason, so they are looking for somebody to fill in. But I mean, I think we got the guy, Chris Tapps. I don't think people realize, minutes are gonna be hard to come by in the front court because you do have the number one pick in Zachary Ricochet. He's obviously gonna get minutes because you want him to work out. Jalen has earned his minutes at power forward. Um, Chris Kristaps has, stamped himself as a starting caliber player in this league, so you kind of have to start Porzingis at center. Although I would debate that Onyeka might be the better fit for Atlanta at center, but hey, man, I'm just a fan. So Onyeka, that's my guy though. So if you look at it this way, Onyeka is gonna be getting more minutes than Kristaps. So it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And most of the times Onyeka is finishing the game. And that's not a knock on Porzingis. I think Onyeka may fit the Hawk system just a tad bit better than Porzingis. So sometimes that's what it is. It's about fit. It's not about talent sometimes because I think Kristaps might have a more polished game than Onyeka. But I think Onyeka just I don't know, man. The chemistry that him and Jalen have, um, his passing ability is, I think, top 10 center wise. I think he should be kind of considered a tier below Sengun and Jokic passing wise as a center. As a center, that can be my hot take for the night. I think Onyeka Okongwu has the passing ability a tier below of Sengun and Jokic, because obviously Jokic is like S tier. Sengun is probably say A or B right now. And I say Onyeka is probably like C right now, maybe pushing closer to B tier, especially this year with the more options, and weapons Atlanta has on offense. So, um, as this little if you're tapped into the stream, they're running a tribute to, Lenny Wilkens, who just passed away. So RIP Lenny Wilkens, he was the legend, Hawks coach, and, was the legend player too, man. He was a player, coach, and GM. So I kinda did get put on game today that he was the one that traded Dominique, so unfortunate, but glad to see he's remembered for his, the great things he did in his career. So shout out to Lenny Wilkens, rest in peace, that man, the legend, USA basketball coach. I think at one point the most winningest coach of all time. So good stuff from, great uh, contribution, excuse me. It's a great contribution from Lenny Wilkens to the game of basketball. So rest in peace to a legend, not just a Hawks legend, but an NBA legend. So as we are on a halftime break, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick as I have a little time. So I have to run to the restroom, and we'll be right back for this Atlanta Hawks versus Sacramento Kings second half. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, we back. We back. We back. We back. Schroeder misses it, but Achua gets the board. But we back, y'all. 68-46. So Atlanta got the two. Don't know about who, but they got the two. But Precious, excuse me, Precious Achua, a newly acquired king, to the line, misses the first. So Atlanta looking to kind of extend this lead, man. Kind of keep control of this game as he pushes it to a 21-point deficit for the Kings. So Atlanta taking advantage of a struggling Kings team here early on. Nobody to match up with Jalen this game, obviously, for the Kings. So hopefully Atlanta can kind of keeps finding that mismatch. As Porzingis gets his patent little step back, can't get it to go. As DeRozan backs down, Ricochet gets rid of the ball. Rusty can't get it to go. So long rebound, nobody picks it up. So it's going Atlanta's way. And man, I'm glad to see Rusty on the team though. No matter if he's playing at a high caliber, I'm just glad to see Rusty in the NBA still. No matter if I don't care if he's going nuclear or not. So not a fan of this camera angle as Porzingis gets that elbow jumper to go. Not too much of a fan of that camera angle as Sacramento is bringing the ball up. So yeah, not too good of a offensive output for Porzingis, but he's trying, man. He's trying. Jalen on the break finds Dyson. Dyson can't get it to go, but he gets it up and gets the foul. So 70-47 here as Dyson is going to the line for his, I think, first attempts at the line, maybe his third and fourth. So DeMar picks up the foul. DeMar kind of having a quiet game as Dyson has had that matchup for some of the game. DeMar 1 of 5 from the field as Dyson misses his first attempt of two. This is his first trip to the line for the game. 61% at the line this year, so not the greatest at the line. You kind of want to see that improve. So he knocks down the second of two to kind of increase Atlanta's lead a little bit. So Porzingis kind of getting a break offensively against Sabonis as Ricochet gets it to Dyson. Dyson gets the jam, and Kings are calling a timeout. And Hawks are flying high, man. Hawks are flying high. 73-47 here early on in the third quarter. Sacramento calls a timeout to kind of get things under control. Nikhil gets that nice little poke away from DeMar. My cat got the zoomies. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So here early on in the third quarter, Atlanta is, back to it. They're back to it. So they are doing Atlanta things, man. When their defense is clicking, their offense is in motion, to be honest. So Dyson gets his fifth point with that breakaway dunk there. Like I said, I don't I'm not one of the believers that believes Atlanta is better without Trey. Do I think some lineups are better in some areas of the game? Absolutely. Do I think that's because Trey is a bad player? Absolutely not. I think Trey is a 6'1" guard, so he is limited on defense, obviously. So obviously, when you're that tall, you're not going to quite impact the game as much on the defensive end. It's going to be a little tougher. So you're not going to be a Davion Mitchell type player when you contribute that much on offense. So I'm not with the crowd that says the team is better without Trey. I don't believe that. I definitely believe the team would be a whole lot better with Trey. So with Trey plugged in, I think this team is dangerous. And I'm kind of glad nobody's talking about Atlanta. I kind of want Atlanta to, no pun intended, fly under the radar this year. I kind of want them to definitely take folks by surprise when Atlanta shows up. I want everybody to be like, Where did these nobodies come from?" Hey man, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with everybody calling us nobodies. I'm fine. I'm fine. To y'all, we're nobodies. That's cool. But as long as Atlanta fans can understand the talent that they got, I think that's all we need, man. We just need the fans to buy in now. I think most of the team has bought into the system. I think the fans are next. So I think in order for that to happen, I think we need results. So, um, but that will take time. Results take time. So that's where we find ourselves right now. Just enjoying the moment, man. We just have to enjoy these games as fans. Not really expect too much. You're not gonna win all 82. So you're definitely gonna lose games you're supposed to win games you know, expected to lose. And most nights, ooh, as Jalen finds Ricochet on the break for the jam, dog. Oh my God, Jalen to Ricochet, that connection has been pretty good so far this year as well. As Jalen corrals another Sacramento miss, and he's pushing the break himself, 1-on-1 against Neat Clifford. Gets to the basket and does not get the ball to go, but Neat Clifford definitely getting one of his welcome to the NBA moments, I'm sure. As we get another replay from this Zach Jam with the left hand too. I remember Zach got a lot of flack early on in his NBA career when he was quite, honest in his interviews stating that the NBA is full of athletic guys and he's used to being the guy. So I think a lot of people misinterpreted that as, because he is working on his English as Atlanta pushes the lead to 30 points with those two free throws from Jalen, 77-47. Oh man. But yeah, like I said, Ricochet is definitely undervalued, definitely around the league. I'm cool with that though, bro. I'm cool with being under the radar, bro. As Keon Ellis knocks down his fourth triple, that's 12 points, puts his total at 12. Jalen tries to find Dyson on that cut, just a little late on that action. So Keon cuts the lead back down to 27. As Dyson is inbounding it, got the mouse in the house. Porzingis against Neat Clifford. It's a bucket as Porzingis pushes the lead to 29, 79-50 as Atlanta is leading in the points in the paint battle, 38-24 over these I guess over the early course of the season. Atlanta kind of has struggled with that battle. So these past games is a little different as Dyson kicks to Nikhil. Nikhil gets it up, can't get it to go though. So misses that corner three. Sacramento does a good job at getting the ball out in transition, but Atlanta does a good job at getting back in transition and stopping that and forcing an offensive foul. That foul was offensive of Keon Ellis. 79-58 point game. Sacramento has 3 team fouls in this early third quarter, halfway through this third quarter almost. 7 minutes, 50 some seconds to go. As Porzingis takes advantage of that matchup. Step back, bucket. Porzingis knocks down, I believe that's his 10th point. Dyson picks up his 7th assist with that dish right there. As Daquan Plowden in the corner can't come up with a three, but I don't know. That's lucky though. That's lucky. Yeah, yo. Atlanta is playing the Sacramento Kings. We are live on playback, Twitch and YouTube. So appreciate everybody tapped in on whichever platform y'all find yourselves tapped in on. If you wanna watch the game here, Playback is the place. So Playback's big day is here. I don't know if everybody caught that. They had Tony Reality on there. But yeah, appreciate you, J Rose. Shout out to J Rose checking in on Twitch as Atlanta gets another steal. Ooh, let's go for Zingis. Finds a Ricochet. Making sure everybody eat here. Everybody eating. 85 to 52. But yeah, like I was saying, man, we are tapped in. We're locked in on Twitch, Playback, and YouTube. So as Atlanta is taking advantage of the struggling Sacramento Kings here, um, almost halfway through the third quarter, it is a 33-point lead. So Atlanta commanding the game. It's been a wire to wire game so far. So Atlanta has held on to the lead since tip off. So biggest lead has been 33 for Atlanta. There's been no lead changes. So great game from Atlanta. Way to come out strong against a team that you're probably expected to get a win against. Um, I got you. I got you. So on playback, I don't know if you kind of checked it out, but on the you can adjust the volume settings. You can have it however you like on playback. So if you find the volume button on your playback, what you call it, display, you can adjust the media, the stage. I don't have any sound effects at the moment, but you can adjust the sound effects, media, and the stage volume, kind of have it however you would like. So appreciate J Rose tapping in. Yeah, they are physical. I say that in parentheses because I don't like the Magic. They are a Southeastern division rival, and low key, I don't want to say they're like dirty, bro, but they definitely commit unbasketball like plays a lot of the times. So it's definitely forget the Magic, but Ricochet having a great game for Atlanta. Shout out to Ricochet. But yeah, man, they are our rivals. So I definitely feel you, man. I wish y'all could have got the dub. I mean, as much as I don't like the Knicks, yeah, I wish the Knicks could have beat the Magic tonight. So good stuff from Ricochet, man. 6 of 7 from the field, 13 points in 20 minutes. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? I might have a VIP. Let me double check. So hold on, man. Let me see some. Let me see some. I mean, it's kind of like kind of like a I don't know if some can consider it a rivalry, but I got you. I got you. Yo, ATA, I got you. VIP assigned. Welcome to the open gym. All I just ask is you become a member to the community. That's all the brother asks. You don't gotta subscribe or nothing, but I appreciate you joining the open gym here. But yeah, and Orlando kind of have a mini rivalry. I know Atlanta players kind of always get up to play them, so it's always a those games are always good. So Sacramento here trying to find something as Keon gets at the goal. Keon Ellis might be the savior for Sacramento as he cuts the deficit to 30. Bang! No problem, no problem. ATA as Jalen gets a Euro bucket as he answers that bucket right back with his 24th point. Dyson picks up his eighth assist there. Devin Carter from deep finds the front of the rim. Nikhil just snagged the shit out that board. Oh my, what a dime. Oh man. That's a whoo, that pass was crazy as Jalen finds Nikhil. Defense did not know that pass was coming. Uh Nick Clifford had his head turned, boy. He looking like, how the hell that pass even get there? That was a phenomenal pass. I can't even lie. So Nikhil at the line for two from the excellent find from Jalen. Knocks the first of two down. So great to have Nikhil back in the rotation as he was out with back spasms. As Atlanta's rotation is starting to shift. Luke and Onyeka have entered the game for Dyson and Kristaps. Rotations usually are Trey and Kristaps are the first out. So, or excuse me, Luke was in for the shooter, so he's not able to enter the game as Keon hits the floor. And Sabonis gets a nice dunk on the drive. As it is a 32-point game for Atlanta. As Jalen and Ricochet have a look. Oh no! Oh no! He dropped his ass. He dropped his ass. No, they called an offensive foul. He dropped him, bro. I appreciate Davi for tapping in on playback and moderating, telling everybody to make sure y'all follow, become become members on playback, subscribe, like all that good stuff. If you want to catch some more Atlanta Hawks games, as Atlanta's holding on to a 32-point lead, man. As Dennis Schroeder smokes the layup, he smoked it. Oh, that's a transition take foul. As Russie fouls Jalen in transition. That should be a transition take, but I'm sure it's gonna be a that should be a transition take, man. Even though he went for the ball, definitely. I don't know, man. And if this was 2K, this would be a transition take foul. No lie. So they are saying it is a common foul. So side out for Atlanta, 89-57 here. Dyson drives. Onyeka picks up the foul on a nice drive against Sabonis. Like I said, man, the Kings do not have an answer for Atlanta's front court. Any option Atlanta has. Onyeka, Jalen, too athletic for Sacramento's bigs. Um, they have zero height. They are purely relying on Sabonis. And I don't know if that's the key, man. Oh yeah, I don't really got the broadcast too high, so if they're talking about consecutive games, Mikal is up there. Shout out to Mikal Bridges, man. He is the man of consistency. But I know Nikhil was up there too. He had like 100 plus games um, under his belt, 100 consecutive games. Yeah, man, that is actually impressive. So shout out to Mikal Bridges. As Jay Rose lets us know, he ain't missed a game in his whole pro career, bro. That's shout out to Mikal. As Atlanta gets the miss and one. Jalen finds Ricochet for the bucket. Jalen's doing an excellent job facilitating tonight, man. His passes have been A1, low key. So Jalen playing QB1 tonight as he finds Ricochet for his 15th bucket or 15th point. 7 of 8 from the field for Ricochet. So Jalen has 8 assists. So he's tied with Dyson leading the team in assists. Ricochet misses that kind of a rare miss as he's a 90% free throw shooter. So Russie getting into the lane fairly easy and getting a foul call. Russie just having fun at this point. I can't lie, Russ is definitely top 5 favorite players ever, for sure. For sure, man. So I'm definitely glad to see Russ still playing, still having fun with it, even though we got to do it to his squad, man. I still rock with Russ, man. I think he gets a bad rep around the league. So as he misses the front end of those two, as Veet Krejci checks in the game for Ricochet, as hold on, this is Stella. Everybody, Stella likes to get on the railing and stuff, so I gotta keep an eye on her. So 93-58, 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Dyson gets the drive, kicks it to Kennard, doesn't quite have it there. Dyson for three. Good stuff, man. Doesn't knock it down quite, but cuts. I see the vision, man. Probably was a foul. He tried to kick it to Mo Gay in the corner. Yeah, kind of wish he did take the team option, but we don't know what he was told. Maybe they were like, "Hey, man, don't take the team option. We gonna pick you up elsewhere." Well, actually, they said don't pick up the team option because you're not gonna get no playing time. So, um, I wish Denver didn't kind of backdoor him like that. So like, Russ had to do what he had to do. So he went to Sacramento. I know Sacramento probably kind of like the probably graveyard for some people. Hey man, like you said, this is just good to see Russ hooping as Dennis knocks down both of those at the line. Our familiar face, Dennis Schroeder. I think Dennis probably could have lasted longer in Atlanta if he didn't want to start. As Dyson finds Onyeka to initiate the offense, Onyeka finds Kennard. Oh, I seen the vision. I seen the vision, man. As Onyeka pleads to the referee that Russ was holding him, but I mean y'all up almost 30, so I think the refs ain't really. I think the refs trying to go home here. So we got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Hawks in the bonus. So any foul they draw, they're going to the line. And DeMar takes advantage of the contact from Dyson, but I think they're gonna rule that on the floor. Hey, I got something going on, bro. Relax. So best road record this season. Hawks are number 5. 4-2, man. 4-2. So that's good stuff from Atlanta. Although I would say their competition hasn't been the the heaviest. I know that. I think the best team they faced is the Magic. I think the most competitive team, I'll say. The most competitive team has been the Magic. Um, they play the Raptors twice at home. Um, but yeah, the road hasn't been too tough here so far for Atlanta as they took care of the Clippers this past Monday night, and they seem to be handling business here in Sacramento. So they're on a 4-game road stretch. They're on game 2 of 4. I think they might play the Jazz next. So we'll see. A couple teams they are going to be expected to take care of business against. So these next couple games might be similar, might be it might be different results. So we'll see, man. We'll enjoy it as it gets here. So Veet finds Onyeka. Onyeka takes advantage of the mouse in the house. Gets that nice little runner over Keon Ellis and a couple other Kings defenders. He is perfect from the field. 14 points, 4 or 4 from the field. As Rusty knocks down that 3 ball from the wing, puts his total at 10, man. Cuts the lead to 31 as Kennard blows past DeMar as it looks to be a blown assignment for the Kings defense there as Kennard gets that easy lay for his 8th point. Dennis attacking. Keen Wallace has checked in for Atlanta, kind of holding it down for the point guard position. Good rotations by Atlanta's defense. Keon Ellis has been the hot hand for Sacramento. Good just stuff from Veet Krejci running him off the line. So Hawks lineup is kind of filled with new additions and their young guys. So Veet finds Onyeka at the top of the 3. Onyeka can't quite get it to go. So we got a loose ball foul. Oh, nope, no loose ball foul. It's just out of bounds. I'm tripping. So 97-64. Kings ball. So in for Atlanta is uh the lineup. I'm not terribly excited about V, Keaton, and Kennard, but they get the turnover. So and Mo and Onyeka are holding down the front court. I say that because I consider Atlanta to have three backcourt players in right now with Veet, Kennard, and Keaton. Um, but hey, I don't know what the coaching staff sees with these lineups. I think they kind of put a lot of pressure on Mo and Onyeka to hold down the back line because I would say two of the three players on defense aren't the most incredible, and we got a defensive foul as Lou or Veet was face boxing out Sabonis, and you can't do that, brother. So Veet picks up a foul guarding Sabonis, and that pushes the Kings into the bonus. So Sabonis gets the bonus free throws. Going to the line for two. Sorry, I gotta work on my dad jokes, man. Getting up there in age. Sorry if that was corny. But 97-65 here with a 95 seconds to go in the third quarter. Atlanta looking impressive, man. Everybody has contributed, I think, in areas that Atlanta has needed. Guys have stepped up, taking control of, the scoring, creation, all that good stuff. Atlanta's done a good job at keeping the turnovers down, keeping the Kings off the glass, corralling Sacramento's misses. Oop, just wasn't ready. So Onyeka finds V on the wing, and that pass nearly knocks him upside the forehead. So kind of, bro, when V messes up, bro, I promise y'all, it's not like it's. I can't get mad, bro, because it's like Homer Simpson's level mistakes. Like the pass just damn near hit him in the forehead, and Onyeka gets the ball right back, right back. Keaton with the lay, good lay, my boy. The left hand lay on the break. So 4 points for Keaton. So yo, let's say almost got the board there, but Keon Ellis got the nice lay to go. V almost fired it, but no need necessarily. So Onyeka and Rusty are fighting for position on Onyeka, or excuse me, V for three. As his hot stretch continues, man, he is 2 of 2. Like I said, career high last game against the Clippers, 28 points, 8 of 10 from the 3-point line. So no foul there as Luke brings it up. Keat V for three. It don't stop. V 11 points. Man, great stuff. Great stuff as Luke ran the break to perfection and found Veet, not Keat, Veet for three. So Dennis against Keaton Wallace, running that little two-man game with Sabonis. Atlanta doing a great job cutting that off. 2 seconds. V, heat check. Can't get it to go. He tried his best Trey Young impression there for 40 plus, but can't get that one to go. I'm weak. So Atlanta continuing their hot start here in the third quarter, which is a great sign. They kind of sometimes tend to come out a little flat to begin the game or to begin the game from halftime. So it's a great start for Atlanta. So um, I think Atlanta kind of shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of unforced turnovers, you know, charges, loose ball fouls, all that stuff. So um, that turnover battle is tied at 14 apiece. Looking at it, I kind of thought that was not the case, but it is at 14. It doesn't seem like it. So could be a good thing. So Atlanta just, kind of dominating this game. And it shows in all aspects of the game as they hold on to a 105-68. Was it like almost 40? Yeah, 37 points. So Sacramento facing a 37-point deficit, and they have never led in this game. So great stuff from Atlanta. Like I said, they're leading in all statistical battles, 43 to 34 rebound wise, double the assist of the Kings with 33 to 16 assists. We got four more steals and five more blocks. Atlanta has yet to get a shot blocked by Sacramento. So which is kind of, obvious. They have nobody except Sabonis down there, so they're obviously gonna struggle, in the interior. So their half court defense is getting murdered by Atlanta's, athleticism from their forwards, their wings, their guards, their centers. So you like to see Atlanta take advantage of the mismatch. So shout out to Jalen on another triple double watch, 24, 10, and 8. As this game is about to wrap up. We got 12 minutes to go here in this game. The fourth quarter is about to be underway. As you look at the quarter results, the first through the third quarter, Atlanta has outscored Sacramento in each of the three quarters, which you see that in the score. So Atlanta shooting 61%, Sacramento shooting 34%. So obviously, chances of winning this game are going to be in your favor if these are the results at this point. So Atlanta doing a good job at taking advantage at Sacramento's just poor performance this game. So um, I don't think it's. I think it's two things can be true. I think Sacramento, as we got another old face as Mike Woodson is an assistant coach for the Sacramento Kings. Oh my gracious! As Porzingis checks back in for Atlanta, he gets his defender to bite on those up fakes, and he finds Luke wide open, under the rim, so picks up his 5th assist, and Kennard picks up his 10th point of the game, shooting 4-6 from the field. Good stuff from Luke, chipping in where he's needed. As Neek pulls up and hits the 3 over Keaton Wallace, cuts the deficit to 36. So Porzingis getting it to Krejci. Onyeka gets the ball from Porzingis. Nice little spin. It's gonna get to the line. So good stuff as they are running this Porzingis and Onyeka lineup now. But same three guards are out there. I know Krejci can probably be considered a forward. He's probably at the three right now if you want to put positions on it. I'm not trying to say Hawks are running positionless basketball. That's not what I'm saying, but they are running three guards out there. So but this is a thing Quinn likes to do, so I think if you're a Hawks fan, just, buckle up and be ready for it. So I think these lineups may be beneficial when Trey is the lead guard out there. So when Trey is surrounded by, a combination of Luke and maybe V, Luke and maybe uh, Dyson or Nikhil, it'll make sense. But I think it's still kind of early on, so you can kind of expect Atlanta to still kind of experiment with lineups. So they get another turnover. Hawks defense is stifling as Keaton kind of got active down there. As Keaton gets the ball to V. V got to get that. Yep, get the mismatch. As Onyeka gets the ball poked away, Atlanta. Keon Ellis is saying challenge that Doug Christie gonna listen to his player Keon. They try to find a mismatch there with Onyeka against Keon, but Keon does a good job and poke the ball away from Onyeka posting up. So we'll see what happens over here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But appreciate everybody again that's tapped in, whether on Twitch, Playback, or YouTube. We are on 3 platforms. If you're kind of new to Playback, Playback is a platform where you can watch your favorite creator along with your favorite team. So if you want to check out Playback, go ahead and check out Playback, man. Whether if you have League Pass, you can uh, attach your account on playback to watch any game that any creator is broadcasting to their room. Or if you want, you can ask for a VIP, and the creator can give you a VIP if they have space. So definitely a interesting way to watch the game. I think it's definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite way to kind of consume what's going around the NBA. Kind of tap in with different creators and the teams that they follow. Kind of get a different opinions from different creators. So definitely urge y'all to check out Playback. It's available on most app stores, and it's playback.tv/open gym if you want to check us out. So here in the fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go. Atlanta's holding on to a 38-point lead. So Sacramento is I'd say, struggling team. It was kind of up in the air. The reason, like, what would happen for them this year. Um, they they have a team full of, I'd say, high caliber players, maybe 2, 3 all-stars. Um, and impact players. So I mean, looking at their roster though, I don't know if they got somebody here. I know they just traded Jonas Valanciunas to the to the Nuggets for Dario Saric. So they're really buying into that undersized center um, role, but seems to be biting them right now as Atlanta is taking advantage of their non-paint presence. Yeah, man. Maxime Reynaud is their selection, and he has 4 minutes, bro. And Drew Eubanks, bro, yeah, y'all finna get killed in the paint if that's what you got to offer throughout the year. Honestly, you probably be better off if you throwing Maxime out there and just saying, "Hey, bro, trial by fire, bro. Do your thing, bro." So I think that's the rookie they drafted this year, or they somehow acquired. I didn't pay attention to the Kings draft. So Precious gets the nice drive, and Daquan Plowden, or an old Hawks face, gets the finish as he cleans up the miss there. Porzingis finds Onyeka. Onyeka taking advantage of Ray No. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so Maxime is what I'm finna call him. So Onyeka gets that nice little, hook post shot to go. 18 points for Onyeka, 5 of 6 from the field. So 1 of 2 from 3 for Onyeka. So good stuff from Onyeka. Daquan Plowden for no. So Porzingis picks up his 6th assist. So good stuff from Porzingis. Not having the greatest shooting game, but staying locked in and affecting the game in other areas. So good stuff to see from big Porzingis. As Onyeka finds Porzingis. That's a nice play. That's nice action getting Porzingis in that nice corner 3 look. Onyeka finds Porzingis. Like I said, Onyeka is an underrated passer at the center position. I think he's a tier below the top guys. Don't think he's, valid to say he's top 3, but, top 10 for sure. As Keaton gets the ball to Kennard, but Kennard can't get it to go, and Hawks kind of fight for that board, but can't come away with it. It's 114-73 as Keon Ellis gets that midi up, but can't get it to go, man. Hawks defense is stifling. Doing a good job excuse me, in transition to oh, we got the legend Mike Bibby. Oh, hold on, yeah, I gotta listen to this. So we got Mike Bibby here interviewed a Hawks legend, in my opinion. They're talking about Sacramento now, but yeah, man, Mike Bibby, Hawks legend, bro. In my opinion, like I said, that's my opinion. That's what I. That's really when I was locked into Hawks basketball for real. As a kid watching Bibby, ISO Joe, um, Josh Smith, Jay Smooth. As y'all see Jay Smooth in the background here in the open gym. He was the reason why I wore number 5. Um, that Hawks team is the reason I love basketball. Marvin Williams, um, definitely had some interactions with that crossing their paths as a kid. So I met Marvin in a parking lot. He was on the way to the club. They used to have a or they still do. They have a club that Hawks players used to frequently visit. I don't know if they do now, but it's a different era. It's a different era nowadays. But they used to hit the lounge right out right outside the arena, and we caught them, bro. We were coming out the parking garage after a game, and I just stuck my head out, yelled out at Marvin. He came up to the car, and said he said what's up to the little kid. So yeah, he showed love. So it was cool, man. It was cool, as a kid to experience that. Definitely was there for meet and greets whenever possible. Um, met Joe, met Josh Smith. So yeah, as a kid, it was cool. You kind of see why I'm attached to the Hawks. Kind of learning that. So Caleb Houston is making his first appearance for the Hawks. Might be that time for Atlanta. So Keaton, Kennard, Onyeka, Mo, and Caleb Houston are in for the game. So no, excuse me, no appearance from Jalen so far in excuse me, in the fourth. And Onyeka draws the foul. Onyeka might be the last main rotation guy to be featured in this game as with Kennard. So I believe like I said, Asa Newell getting some burn here as it might be wraps for the starters. A 40 piece is crazy, but I can't say I'm surprised. I can't say I'm surprised, but yeah, Atlanta handling business here against a struggling Sacramento Kings. As oh shit, bro, why am I blanking? Yeah, Doug McDermott finds himself some minutes here. Oh man, so you kind of see Sacramento's kind of buying into their young guys as they have a lot of somewhat vets on the. That's what I'm saying, bro. Uh, I haven't seen him in a minute, bro. I kind of forgot he was I forgot my boy was in the league, Dougie McDermott, dog. I forgot the boy was still out here shooting, bro. Honestly, the Kings might as well bring back Jimmer. Might as well. Daquan is taking it out for the Kings here. Might as well bring Jimmer back, man. The Kings a legend. Man, bring Boogie out of retirement, man. Nah, I think he hates all the teams he played for at this point. So airball from Kings. Kings legend, bro. Kings don't have too many of them. Kings don't have too many of those. Jimmer is that though, bro. I'll down him myself. So Keaton, That three's in and out for Keaton as he misses that. 7 minutes to go, man. So Precious Achua is bringing the ball up for the Kings. That kind of tells you where they're at. Okay, Mr. Achua, I wasn't familiar with your game, brother. I wasn't familiar with your game as he gets that nice little spin to go. 117 to 78, bro. Caleb Houston, rare miss from three. He is an excellent 3-point shooter, so it's a good weapon for Atlanta to have. A nice depth piece. McDermott, McDermott checks in and instantly impacts the game. So knocks down that three. Good movement from Atlanta's offense there. No dip Doug. No dip Kennard as the as Kennard saw his Caucasian counterpart hit that three, he said, "Nah, bro, you not finna show me up." As Dougie can't control that pass, and he fouls Asa because he can't keep up with the transition. So the Hawks young guys push the break as I think Caleb found Asa on the break on that steal. So Hawks doing a good job at continuing that plan, stifling defense. So Asa getting his first burn of the game here early on. So he's getting his first opportunity at the line. So I know a lot of Hawks fans have been pretty excited about Asa Newell being somewhat looking like a positive player here um in this draft where you know they think we robbed. I mean, I don't. We kind of robbed New Orleans. We robbed New Orleans out that unprotected pick, and we got a productive pick at 23. So I think we had a perfect draft over this offseason, acquiring Asa Newell and the 2026 um, pick between Milwaukee or the Pelicans, which will probably wind up being the Pelicans. So as Keaton finds Mo Gay in the corner, Mo finds the rim this time. It's kind of been off. His threes have been off, which kind of is a little different sign. Maxime Reynaud. So I was pronouncing his name correctly. Maxime Reynaud gets that nice little turnaround. He should be getting minutes alongside Sabonis. Kings need to probably kind of adjust their rotations because they're getting slaughtered in minutes where Sabonis is the only big guy. So Beat Krejci checks back in the game for Luke Kennard. So all of the Hawks' main rotation players have exited the game for Atlanta in this 122-86 game. So um Moge, nice board, gets it to V on the wing. They regather themselves. They got 7 seconds to go. Caleb attacks the rim. And Maxime Reynaud, positive sign for Sacramento, honestly. Starts the break there with that block. So 4:50 to go. I hope to God that Atlanta doesn't call no timeouts here. Just let the game go out, man. 122-88. Caleb Houston for for three. That's Caleb Houston. Like I said, knocks down the three. He's a specialist, man. He gets his first three to go off that V Krejci assist. So Asa guardian Neek Clifford, as Neek was oh, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not quite sure where Neek was drafted. So I don't. I want to say he was drafted before Asa. So Asa is getting the kind of the short end of the stick, man. He got drafted to a team that's good, and a lot of rookies. I mean, if you're a lottery pick, bro, you're usually. I mean, I think Asa fell right outside the lottery, so he's a first round pick. But I mean, usually that lottery to late first round picks, they usually get a lot of playing time because those teams aren't like the best. If you're drafted into those positions, but He's kinda getting the short end of the stick of being drafted to a good team. So the front court depth is kinda, goddamn, Precious Achiuwa just tried to envy. But yeah, like I said, he's kinda drawing the short end of the stick of having a deep team, so but he impacts the game positively when he, does get minutes, so that's really all you can ask for as Caleb Houston puts the 3 up, just can't get it to go. So 125-88 as Atlanta is closing out this dominant performance. Clifford can't get it to go. Atlanta corrals a rebound. It's Keaton pushing the pace, trying to find some offense against Neat Clifford. Goes to V, and V airballs the three, which he's already done this game, but he's been on fire, so that's a heat check. I guess he airballed the 40-footer, so that don't count. So V can't find that three. So like I said, career high in Monday's performance for V. So Hawks are taking on the Jazz tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So it's a back to back for Atlanta. Hopefully they come out with some energy. They'll probably be well rested. So the main guys did not show up in the fourth quarter. They kind of sat them out. Jalen, Ricochet, Dyson all kind of sat out since the third quarter. So, which is kind of typical. It was 30 plus going into the third or fourth quarter, excuse me. So, no need to even play with it. So yeah, Porzingis, all the main guys for Atlanta kind of checked out around the third quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter. So a lot of the young guys are able to kind of check in and get some burns. So good to see the young guys get some PT. So this game was always in Atlanta's control. It's been a wire to wire victory. As Atlanta should come down with this dub with 2:44 left. It's a 35-point game. So I'm sure the Kings are going to try to make it respectable, kind of cut this deficit down. But great stuff if you're an Atlanta fan, man. Great stuff. So Atlanta's done a great job on the offensive end and the defensive end to begin with. So starts on the defensive end for Atlanta, and when the defense is clicking, the offense is in motion. So, because one, it's hard for the other team to score when you're just getting stops by steals, blocks, or you're causing the team to take shots that they don't really want. So we got an offensive foul by Keaton as he dropped off Devin Carter there before the pick. So so yeah, man, when the defense is kind of, putting in work like Atlanta has tonight, your offense is going to be a lot easier getting out in transition, uh, not having to get the ball out the net and like take it out of bounds. It's a big thing. It can impact the game. So when you do that multiple times throughout the game, it's definitely going to wear on the other team. As Devin Carter can't connect on the rim, as Keaton finds Asa for three. Like I said, man, when Asa checks in, bro, he's affecting the game. He has 5 points, one of one from the 3 point. Like Bob Rathburn just said, he had 13 3-point attempts in college, and I think he had half of that his first game. So it was great to see. Good stuff from Caleb Houston finding Mo Gay on that roll. Mo gets his first points of the game. Like I said, Mo hasn't affected the game scoring wise, but he has affected the game in other areas. So McDermott finds the front of the rim, but that's about it. As Krejci finds Gay, Keaton finds Krejci stepping into that three, can't get it to go. Kings fight over that board. It's 130-94, man. Asa picks up the foul as Devin Carter gets it to go 96-130. And I just like to, I mean, obviously it was a 40-point game, but like to see these young guys kind of work through it, man. Even, it's a big cushion, a large room for error for these young guys. So these guys are kind of playing free, playing loose. and you kind of like to see them kind of take advantage of that and not like just kind of lose themselves in that moment. So good stuff from Atlanta. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. As Devin Carter pokes the ball free from Keen Wallace. So yeah, man. Like I said, tomorrow we will be back in the open gym. Hawks take on the Jazz. Offensive foul on Caleb Houston. He's saying, "How you gonna call that foul when you're all the way on the baseline and you're the one on the sideline?" Which I kind of agree with. Just let the game go, please. It's literally 74 seconds left in the game. So 130 to 97. 60 seconds left to go in this dominant performance for the Atlanta Hawks. So great stuff to see, man. I think everybody has contributed from the last man to enter the game to the first man. Caleb Houston knocks down the three to just add insult to injury. But yeah, Caleb Houston, we acquired Caleb from the Magic over the offseason. His contract didn't get picked up, so Atlanta said we will take that. So a specialist, just a great pickup for Atlanta. So probably won't get a lot of PT, but hey, it's good for depth. So Atlanta done a great job. Great result tonight for Atlanta as they took advantage of the struggling Kings, 133 to 100. So yeah, they feeling good, man. They're back tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern time. They're taking on the Jazz. So, like I said, this road trip, Keaton, King picked up the steal. He said, "Give me that." King said, "I need that on my stat line, dog. I need that." So it's all smiles from the Hawks here as they walk away with a 133 to 100 victory. So Quinn dapping up with Dennis. I'm not too Dennis might have played in Utah, bro. I can't remember. Dennis might have played in Utah when Quinn was over there, but I can't remember where the journeyman Dennis Schroeder has been throughout his tenure in the league. So yeah, man. If you're a Hawks fan, you're feeling pretty good after this one. Obviously, the struggling Kings, they're off to a pretty poor start. So hey, man, these are the games you're expected to win, and this is a good result. So shout out to the Hawks. Shout out to everybody that tapped in here to the open gym, whether on playback, YouTube, or Twitch. Playback's big day was overall a success for everybody. I don't know if everybody caught it, but they had Tony Reality on playback here, man. They had him doing hosting a around the room with some of playback's top creators. So if y'all want to check that out over on playback, that's on playback's room. So I definitely recommend checking that out. It was actually really, really cool to see Tony Reality back hosting and moderating a sports discussion. So shout out to Playback for holding that down and hosting this Playback's big day for everybody, giving the fans the opportunity to kind of take control of watching their favorite game, whether it's basketball or their favorite team. So shout out to Playback for giving the game back to their fans. So shout out to everybody that tapped in here in the open gym. I greatly appreciate everybody. And if you became a member, subscriber on YouTube, follower on Twitch, whichever platform y'all are on, if you became a part of the open gym community, I greatly appreciate y'all for real. So we'll kind of go through the box score box score watch for a second before we tap in, but I just wanted to say appreciate y'all, everybody that tapped in throughout this game. Appreciate everybody, moderators, contributors. I appreciate everybody greatly, 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 greatly. Y'all keep us going over here in the open gym, man. Appreciate y'all. But let's go ahead and check out the box score before we dip out of here. I know it's late for everybody. It's 12:30 about over here on the East Coast. So looking at this box score, man, excellent game from everybody, man. We'll just go through in order. Ricochet, 22 minutes, 7 of 8 from the field, man. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. So good stuff from Ricochet. Um, Jalen, perfect Jalen game, bro. Another triple double watch for Jalen, 24 points, 8 assists, 10 rebounds, and a steal. Um, Also, Ricochet had a steal in the block, so um, contributing on both ends of the floor. I know it's just one, but he was everywhere tonight, man. Zach was everywhere defensively. In that first half, he was doing an excellent job at picking up for guys, being that back end defender, um, and impacting the game in that aspect. So Ricochet did a really good job there. Jalen did a really good job tonight. 9 of 10 from the field. They could not get him to miss 2 of 3 from the three. So he's kind of, I wouldn't say struggling. He's just not shooting as much from three as he usually does. So good to see Jalen finish the game in with a positive stat there in a three column. So 2 of 3 from three, um, and just killing the game elsewhere. So yeah, bro, 9 of 10 is actually insane, bro. That's some 2K stuff right there. Low key, that is a 2K stat line right there. So Jalen Johnson, phenomenal game, bro. Plus 39. So he and Nikhil and Dyson led the way in plus minus. And Zach, bro. Zach had a 41. That's actually crazy, man. Plus minus, I don't really get into. Not too analytic, but it does it does help tell tale of the game. So good stuff from the starting five for Atlanta. So Kristaps, like I said, not the greatest shooting night, 5 of 12, kind of turned it around in the second half. 2 of 5 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So not much from the free throw line. Didn't really take advantage of that small ball. He tried, but it wasn't really getting too many foul calls like he did against that Clipper game or in that Clipper game and previous games. That Laker game, he was taking advantage of those matchups. Wait, I don't even think he played in that Laker game. So anyway, 13 points for Porzingis, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. So he helped out tremendously on the offensive end, even though his shot wasn't quite falling. So good to see that from Porzingis. Dyson wasn't the greatest game shooting wise, but I don't care, bro. 8 assists, 6 rebounds, chipped in on the offensive rebounding, on the offensive glass. So good stuff from Dyson. Uh, Even though his shot wasn't falling, bro, I really don't care. He was excellent elsewhere. So he ended with only 5 points, and but he had his typical 2 steals to extend his consecutive game with one or more steals to 64. So he is currently the franchise leader, setting a record each game he adds. So 64 is the franchise record. I'm not quite sure what the NBA record is. I believe it's somewhere in the 70s. So Dyson might have a chance to crack that. And it's cool because Jalen Johnson is in that same stat category. So Jalen is sitting at now 13 games with, it might be 13 or 12. I don't know if they showed the graphic before or after um before or after the what you call it, Jalen got his steal. So Jalen is sitting at 12 or 13 consecutive games with a steal as well. So as a Hawks fan, you love to see that. Um, Literally everybody got PT tonight. That's what's up. So the starting five did an excellent job. Like I said, Dyson not the greatest game shooting, but I don't care. 2 steals, 8 assists, bro. So he's doing an excellent job at finding his teammates, getting everybody involved and facilitating in some aspect of the game. So it's not, Trey Young like, but he is doing the job. So 8 assists from him, 12 in total from the backcourt of Atlanta, the starters. Nikhil had a good night, man. Back from injury, his back spasms have flared down, so I'm glad Nikhil is back. He is 5 of 11 from the field, 14 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. So he was everywhere as well with 2 blocks, no steals, just 2 blocks. So him and Dyson just affecting the game like perfectly. Um, they're fitting this team like you kind of expected them to. I think maybe even a little better. So Nikhil has upped his points per game. So you just like to see Nikhil just improve. So you like to see that from Nikhil and Dyson kind of going crazy, holding it down in the backcourt, 2 blocks and 2 steals. So like to see the defenders going crazy on Yeka Okongwu, 6 of 7 from the field, 21 points. Bro, he only had 3 rebounds, which is a surprise. Jalen kind of held it down for Atlanta rebounding wise, and the guards kind of got active. So it was a team effort for Atlanta. So Onyeka didn't really have to hold Atlanta down on the boards this game, which he kind of often does for the centers. Him and Porzingis combined 7 rebounds, which is kind of questionable. But as you see, everybody chipped in, bro. Um, I think the starters had a total of, well, hold on, let me do my math real quick. 12, 16, 26. Starters had a combined 29 rebounds. So overall, great game. They had almost they'd had about half the rebounds for Atlanta. So the starting five collectively, hit the glass, which was a good thing. Sacramento missed a lot, uh, so that is why there was a lot of opportunities for everybody to get to the boards this game. So it's kind of the reason why you see everybody have 2 or more rebounds. Anybody who had more than 20 minutes this game had 2 or more boards. So you like to see that for Atlanta. They're not the strongest rebounding team, but tonight you probably couldn't tell. But I think it was a mix of two things. A lot of people crashed the boards, and I think that probably was a focus for Atlanta to kind of keep Sacramento away from their missed shots. And Atlanta made Sacramento miss a lot. So it's probably why everybody had an opportunity to get aboard. so so moving on, Luke Kennard, 5 of 8 from the field, 13 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Good stuff from Luke as he is kind of coming back to. So Luke, like I said, he was struggling with some sort of illness and those symptoms. So he had his first game back against the Clippers. This is his second game back. So good stuff from Luke as he's kind of getting his win back. 13 points, like I said, 13 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. So Luke active on the defensive end, kind of taking advantage of the the young core of Sacramento. Sacramento is kind of missing a lot of their, not a lot, but they're missing Zach Levine and I think somebody else, Keegan Murray. So they're not at full strength. So way to take advantage of kind of the inexperience there. V Krejci, not the crazy game that he had last game, but 11 points, 3 of 5 from the 3 point line this game. So kind of normal game from V, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 rebounds and 4 assists. So good stuff from V when he's not shooting the ball. So positive for V. Moge, 1 of 4 from the field. So, Mo, you're not expecting all these guys to have 10, 15 points. It would be amazing, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But Mo did an excellent job everywhere else. Couldn't quite get his 3 ball to fall. But 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. So he contributed in areas elsewhere than scoring. He didn't really have to hold it down scoring wise, but he did his thing in other areas. Keaton, 2 of 4. So the time that Keaton got to play, he contributed 6 points, or excuse me, 4 points, 4 steals for Keaton, and 4 assists. So I'm sure that's going to be close to his career high. Maybe might tie it, maybe second place. Not quite sure what Keaton's career is. Luna, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you tapping into the playback. stream. I'm multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch. I'm doing good, man. Hawks just won, so we just got done broadcasting the Atlanta Hawks versus Sacramento Kings game. I'm just going through the box score right now, just kind of recapping what happened. So after Keaton, the guys that got in, which would be Caleb Houston and Asa, kind of later game minutes, but they they impacted the game, man. Caleb Houston 6 points, a steal, a rebound, and an assist. Asa 5 points with a block and a rebound. So good stuff from Asa and Caleb. Way to be ready, even though this game was over with by the time they entered the game. They contributed. So that's kind of what you want to see, man. You want to see everybody locked in, whether it's 2 minutes or 23 minutes, 26 minutes. That was the highest total of minutes allotted for a Hawks player. So it was good too, man. It's going to be a back to back tomorrow for Atlanta. They are playing the Utah Jazz. So another kind of non competitive team, kind of Utah. Utah finds themselves at the bottom of the Western Conference. So, uh, kind of want to hold your expectations in check if you're a Hawks fan. Every team can kind of, surprise you. It is the NBA. So, kind of want to expect Utah to come out swinging. But after this performance by Atlanta, hey, I'm slightly encouraged for tomorrow, but it's going to be the second night of a back to back. So hopefully the rest that was implemented in this game, a lot of the guys sat out the fourth quarter, will come in clutch for Atlanta. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. So tomorrow at 9 p.m., Atlanta is back. They are the third of three NBA games. So only three NBA games tomorrow. Raptors are taking on Cleveland. Pacers are taking on the Suns, and Atlanta is taking on the Utah Jazz. So I think the Raptors and Cavs game will be pretty good. And I think that would be a nice Eastern Conference matchup as the Raptors look to kind of compete with the Hawks here for that 6 to 8 seed for position here early on in the Eastern Conference battle. So tomorrow we are back at 9 o'clock Eastern time, back in the open gym. We'll be gaming before the game as well. So we'll be live on YouTube and Twitch before we're live on playback tomorrow. So we'll be back in the open gym tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern, y'all. Not a late game. Hallelujah, bro. We're not going to bed at 1 o'clock after these games. Thank God. So shout out to the Hawks, man. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! That's definitely gonna be my sign off from here on out. So shout out to the Hawks, man. They held it down um, with a commanding lead, 133-100 over the Sacramento Kings. So tomorrow the Hawks continue their West Coast road trip, taking on the Utah Jazz, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, man. Hey, cuckoo! Y'all better get used to it, bro. Y'all better get used to it, bro. But yo, J Rose, I'm gonna be on 2K tomorrow night, bro. I'm gonna be on 2K tomorrow. So I'll holler at you tomorrow, my boy. But everybody else, man, I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, become a member, follow whichever platform you're on, man. I greatly appreciate everybody. If you want to catch more Atlanta Hawks basketball, that is the way to do it, man. Just tap in. We here in the open gym whenever the Hawks are playing. So I appreciate y'all. You have a great night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9 o'clock, for the Hawks versus Jazz. So y'all have a good one.